Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with a general and timeless reading. Welcome to the channel. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. What it looks like is that in the recent past, there may have been something that you figured out wasn't working for you, and it took you like really looking into this and analyzing that, and it may have been a span of time that you took to really reflect on like what was working for you and what wasn't working for you. Then recognizing that and then doing something about it. Like, do I need to stay in this situation and try to rework it? Is it time for me to move on? Am I going to find what I'm looking for here? Am I not ready to give this up yet? I'm seeing a lot of things related to that. I'm seeing there be a focus on you wanting to move towards the things that bring you a sense of happiness. And it also looks like you're at the point where you may be starting to enjoy these things related to the choices that you're making and really like yielding the benefits of those things. Looked for a second like somebody flipped over. Not yet. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, or Eight of Cups. Do I need to stay here, or is it time for me to go? To be starting with the Eight of Cups, this seems like you on the tail end of things, having reflected and been like, am I going to find what I need here? Reviewing the things that are no longer for you anymore. This is like more so on an emotional front because it is cups. If it were pentacles, it could be more easily translated to you moving physically out of a situation. And even though that can be part of what this move entails for you, this is like more of you like mentally kind of bringing yourself onto the same page. Like, do I have emotions that are still here? Are they actually like viable for the current situation? Are my emotions invested in something in the past that's no longer happening anymore and I need to like get into the present moment within this situation? So this is like the accumulation of you having been reflecting on, like, is it time for me to stay or is it time for me to go? And am I being honest with myself as to whether or not I feel a sense of fulfillment here? And as I said before about this Eight of Cups feeling like you're on the tail end of this, this means that there would have been some sort of decision that you're not going to go backwards with, where you were like, I checked in with myself. There was a point in time when this situation was resonating with me, and now I'm at this point in my life where I'm seeing that that was resonating with this like in the past in some way. It's no longer something that's resonating with me anymore. And so now is like my cue after reflecting on this to be moving on, because I do want to find something that I feel more fully connected with and something that is truly resonating with me and where I have grown to at this point. And that's why this person is walking. It's like maybe all of these things that I've spent time doing, but when I look at it, there's like an emptiness to it where it's not resonating with me in the way that it had been before, and I'm going off to find that. And that can be a difficult thing to leave too, because this can be your past that you're leaving behind and something that you had been clinging to before. But this Eight of Cups is like, I'm hopeful that in me continuing along my journey, I don't want to put a pause on it anymore. I want to keep moving. So this may be like a brave choice that's being made here. And you even catching up to yourself emotionally. Maybe part of a big change for you. To have the Death card, this can speak on you moving into quite a big life transition. There may be a moment where you kind of feel like everything is falling apart, but if you feel like that, it's only because it's necessary for things to get knocked down so you can build it back up in the way that you want. But this may be like maybe more abrupt than you had been thinking it would be or imagining it would be. Nonetheless, this is a new beginning. It looks like there's also some healing that you are going to be doing as well. To be moving into the Death card, this means like there's some sort of very big, it seems like emotional transformation that you are going through right now. Again, this can entail other things, but the main highlight is that this is like a big emotional transition, change, development for you. With this Ace of Pentacles, this can indicate something within your physical reality that is going to be changing, or a new chapter that you're going to be opening where things physically may be affected around you. And it seems like this is an opportunity to really get into pain, to also get into healing. Whenever we see the Three of Swords, as much as it can be a bit daunting of like, ooh, I don't want to go in that direction, I'm not seeing this be like this new chapter where you're walking into pain that is going to happen now. I'm seeing this more so you walking into a space where you're like, now I can address this. So if there was stuff that you felt needed to be addressed, this new chapter is going to be about healing. And maybe something that you didn't have the opportunity to address before. Especially too, because when we find ourselves within situations, until psychologically we feel like we're in a safe environment, that's when we begin to heal. And so things can be repressed and put off. And sometimes when we enter into a new chapter where we feel safe, we have certain things come up for us. And that doesn't mean we're doing worse. It means that now our bodies and our psychology, our psyche space feel safe enough to bring this stuff up so we can finally address it. So this is a good thing. Ace of Swords. This is clarity, this is truth, this is understanding. I'm seeing this be associated with maybe some difficult topics that have been coming up for you. Maybe some stuff that you've been revisiting. It can be through like memories, dreams, thoughts, thinking about certain events. This does seem related to the past. I'm not seeing like new pain popping up for you. This is more so like recounting things and kind of doing inventory. And through these feelings that you're having and the thoughts that you're having, there are messages that are being carried with it as well. It's kind of like they're encrypted with messages for you. I'm seeing some... Okay, there's an opportunity that's coming through for you. This is something that would feel... It brings some sort of stability into your life. It also may be asking from you some sort of change on your end. So it's something that may be offered to you. Let's just use an example, okay? Say you get a job offer, but it's in like a different state or in a different country. Something like that. Or maybe it's like a different type of job that you'd been doing. Or somebody comes through and they want to be with you or get to know you, and there's something that needs to change with how you are handling things emotionally. Or getting ready to open yourself up to something. So whatever this is that's coming through for you, this is the attempt from something outside of you, seemingly outside of you, like a person or a company or something like that, coming through and being like, hey, I'm attempting to bring through some sort of stability. Do you want it? Again, I'm seeing there be, it seems like a caveat. Change is necessary. Or you even feel like if you took this offer that it would change things. But I'm seeing it be the type of change that you would feel like, I'm growing, I'm developing, even if it is difficult. And it's going to definitely do something for you. Even though it may be something physically coming through, it's going to do something for you emotionally. because there are a lot of cups involved here. So somebody's coming through making an offer. I'm seeing you looking pretty stoic here. You need to decide on what it is that you desire and want to manifest within this situation. There can also be some fears that you're working with too, of like, last time I allowed myself to want something, I got hurt. Like, this may be something that's like bringing up certain things for you. That maybe, I'm seeing right now, like this as being a bit of a barrier, where this is like pain or trauma or something you experienced where there was any type of suffering involved, because that's ultimately what this is. Could be psychological, emotionally, mentally. And I feel like that pain is some sort of block for you to actually getting to the bottom of what you want. So this is about first addressing this and being able to cleanse this and clear this out. And then I'm seeing it's going to be very clear and apparent to you what it is that you want. And what you want from a healed space, not what you want from a place where there's still pain that may be... What I'm getting is that, you know, when you get hurt in one place and it actually like radiates elsewhere, like relocates elsewhere in the body, there may be something going on that's associated with like some sort of suffering that you experienced that may be like popping up somewhere else. And when you get to the bottom of it, like that, whatever branch this is radiating off of, it's going to be like transmuted. And then I'm seeing that something emotionally is going to become clear to you about like what you actually desire. Because this is kind of like, we talk about the heart space here with this Three of Swords. And because it's so congested with pain, it's like, how do you even know what you want down there? Because there's so much of like armor and I need to protect myself and I've been hurt and I don't want to open myself up. So how are you going to know what you want? Because this also speaks about the heart as well. Because this is like, what do I truly desire? And what's going to bring fulfillment to me? And if I am just asking like my soul, like what I want to experience and really connecting with myself and having preferences, like what does that mean for me? And so this healing is necessary prior to getting to this point, because otherwise this is not going to be truly clear to you. This will be like tainted in some way because of the pain. So that's why it's important to address that. And that Three of Swords can be coming up as like any sort of fear for you. Like, maybe I won't say I have a preference here. Maybe I'll make myself small so I'll be more accepted. Or maybe I won't put myself out there because then I can't be rejected. Whatever this is for you. Or like, I'm scared of this and I don't want to go after that thing because what's going to happen if like the worst case scenario. So by addressing this, it really liberates you. And that's what the whole point of this healing is. Which again, now you're like opening up to this chapter where you have the opportunity to really do this. So an offer comes in. I'm seeing you like really play it cool. But at the same time, I'm seeing you get more in touch with what this is that you want to create, but I'm seeing you want to manifest from a grounded space so you can be very clear on what it is that you want, and maybe also not be tempted to manifest something that's only going to be short-lived or related to instant gratification. Because it seems like you have the opportunity to maybe go after something that would be more instantaneous, but it may not be long-lasting. And then you also have the opportunity to create something that is going to be more long lasting. But I'm seeing there be a difference here between like you maybe getting carried away with something or being like really driven by your impulses versus you really taking this time to check in and be like, what do I want long term? Or what am I looking for like below the surface? Because I see this as being more of like a surface level like what's sparking my interest right now, versus this on a deeper level is like when I really think about it, what is going to be something satisfying in a lasting way for me, in a terminal way for me. And now it seems like you're getting more clarity too on being able to differentiate between like wanting something in a state of immediacy versus wanting something that's going to be more so related with like a long-term goal of yours, a long-term desire of yours, like something that you want to experience on a deeper level that's going to be able to kind of meet you on all levels rather than just the beginning. This reminds me of like connecting actually with the chakra system. When we are manifesting from the root chakra, which is our first chakra, it's connected with like where our feet meet the ground. And so it's connected with things that are connected with our survival. So it's like getting food and making sure that we're safe and that we have shelter and things like that. Very much connected with survival. Like as you go up the chakras, it gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and we can have lower level connections with people where it's like if you have 10 different places that you can connect, you maybe connect with somebody on like 2 of the different connectors that you can connect with. But when you have a higher level connection and you're in touch with yourself on this deeper level, like 9 is deep. This is the 9 of Cups here. So it's like a bunch of different connections within you. Then you can go after something that may be more instantaneous in a moment, and you may just have like 1 or 2 connections that you have with someone, and those connections can be strong, but you may feel like there's a lack of depth there. And when you connect with yourself in this deeper place, which means knowing yourself and knowing what you want and reflecting on those things like your preferences and what you desire to experience, it allows you to recognize when something is going to be more surface level versus something that's really going to bring in something that you want. And the difference between these 2 cards is that this is something that may be like more of a physical experience or more of a fun experience or something more on the surface level, that you can feel those sparks, but it's not necessarily going to be something lasting. And this can be an erratic energy as well, like something that comes in and out of your life and something that may be fun and exciting, but it's not going to be something long-term for you, versus something that is going to bring stability into your life. And so you get to choose really what you want here. And I'm seeing you really having tools in your toolbox to be deciphering what's right for you right now. And to have Judgment on the bottom of the deck, this is you like really looking into this and analyzing this scenario for yourself. It seems like you just left something that was not working for you. You're in the midst of a big change transition. This is a new chapter for you. You're addressing like any type of pain, trauma, suffering that you've experienced, bringing things to light that you needed to see. This is like getting to the bottom of things here and clearing out the heart space. And now it seems like there's something that's coming in that you don't necessarily have control over what's coming in, but you have control over what it is that you want to manifest in relation to what's coming in. Like, do I want to attach and connect with this? Or do I want to attach and connect with that? Or do I want none of this? Or do I want both of it? So you really get to pick here and decide. I'm seeing Scorpio and Mercury here. All right, we are going to end things here. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.